Harvey Weinstein showed up to a comedy show in New York City over the last few days. I think it was last night or 2 nights ago. This actors group, like maybe a networking group of actors in New York, had an event. And the woman who owned the or ran the group thought it would be a good idea to invite Harv. I mean, who better than to tell these actors what they need to do? Who better to offer advice and counsel? Who better than to shepherd the careers of young, vulnerable, impressionable actors than the legend himself, Harvey Weinstein? Seems like a good idea, doesn't it? Does it seem like a good idea? That it's amazing that no one vetoed that. That nobody said, you know, I got to be honest. I know he's made some good movies, but I don't think it's the best idea to have him sit in the audience at a comedy show during this actors event. It may seem in bad taste if we have a man that's been accused by 87 women of rape. Many of them were actors. It might be in bad taste to have him sit in the front row of the show with his big grin. And he was called out by this comedian, I think her name was Kelly Bachman. And she got maybe 75, 80,000 Twitter followers overnight. And I believe her clip is, where is it, Benjamin? It's up at 5 million?
Something like that. I'm going to check right now.
She had about 5 million views on the clip of her calling out Harvey Weinstein.
4.8 mil right now.
4.8 million on the clip. How many followers she got?
77.3.
77.3. Go follow me on Twitter, folks. Tim J. Dillon. Because, you know, I respect her. I told people to follow her, but like now it's getting out of hand quite quickly, you know? What would I have done? You know, she called out Harvey, talked about her own experience. Go watch the clip. It's a funny clip. I respect that. A lot of comics didn't say anything because comics are pussies. And, you know, they were probably still thinking, they're like, you know, Harvey's probably coming back. Harvey will be back. I don't want to run my mouth. What would I have done? Great question. I racked my brain. Let's be honest. Harvey would probably enjoy my act. Not because my act is pro-rape, because he's a human being with blood in his veins, and those people like what I do. They enjoy what I do. So I'm good at it. Harvey would have laughed. What if I had seen that? What if I had been crushing with Harv? What if Harvey had been laughing, belly laughing so hard? What if you'd whispered to somebody at his table, this guy's a fucking genius? What if I saw him mouth the words, this guy is a fucking genius? I wish I still had the power to make him a star. What if I heard that? What if I saw that? Would I have taken my time to berate him from the stage? What if I was really slaying the room, and nobody laughing harder than Harvey Weinstein? Nobody. Imagine maybe 3 years ago, Harvey Weinstein showing up to a show and you're just killing. Say, hey, Harv. Because when did this break? This didn't break. This is, I think the Weinstein news broke in 2017, 2018. But it's not that long ago.
Yeah, I think like a month before Louis.
Right. I don't think, I mean, so if you went back a few years ago, which is not that long, and Harvey Weinstein was in the audience at a comedy show, you'd be like, whoa, tonight's the night. Tonight's my night. And it was still her night. This was still a big night for her. Here's what you want to know, what we really draw from this event. Harvey is still making fucking stars. He is still making stars. And don't think he doesn't know it. Don't think he doesn't know it. He just launched a woman, open mic girl, maybe not. Maybe she was doing some other shows. I don't know. I don't see her out on the road. I don't know what else she's doing. Maybe she's a writer. I'm not trying to denigrate her. She's probably very funny. She handled that situation very well. Is very adept. She was good. The things she said were very funny. But she was obscure. And Harvey made her a star. Maybe the last woman, she might even say in an interview, I'm the last woman Harvey Weinstein made a star. Right? Very interesting, folks. Isn't it fun how the world works? It's wild. That's just how my mind works. Because I say Harvey's still out there making stars. Just being in the same room with Harvey Weinstein changed your life. And it did. Overnight. You know, what would I have done? It's a great question. It's a great question. Would I have recognized him? Probably. When I got on stage, I saw Harvey Weinstein there. I would have definitely addressed it. And I would not have been deferential to Harvey Weinstein. I would have tried to be very funny, though, but I would have called him a rapist. I mean, I say that Ellen's in the CIA. I say wild things that are true. But I have no problem talking shit. But I think it's good that it came from a woman and a rape survivor. I believe that. I think that was more the move. You know? I might have went the angle. I was like, God, Harvey Weinstein, how bad's your life now? You're in a fucking comedy show with a bunch of nobodies? Shouldn't have raped all those people, huh? You know? So I think it was probably best. But what's amazing is there were dudes in the back going, shut up, when she referenced it. Who the fuck are they? Shut up. You know? Makes you really think Hannah Gadsby has a point. Maybe Nanette, maybe she's right. Yo, shut up. Don't say nothing about Harvey. What kind of goons? This is a guy that had the Mossad, ex-Mossad agents on his payroll intimidating women, you know? And they can't get him on anything, huh? Nobody could get him and can't put him in jail. Got all these people. Can't get him on anything. You heard those tapes. The tapes are kind of horrific where, you know, he's just trying to get into this woman's room and she's like, no, don't come in. He's like, let me in. You know? He got off on torturing and terrorizing people. I mean, that's clear, you know, no matter what you think about, no matter what you think about, due process and whatever and all your, people, because that's his defense, Well, it's the court of public opinion. It's like, yeah, but the preponderance of evidence is high. There's a lot, including your own words and actions. Not good. Luis Gomez tweeted something funny. He goes, Harvey Weinstein in the audience at Skankfest? Of course not. He would have been in the green room. Very funny. Every now and then, Luis is very, very funny. It's not often, but every now and then he's very funny. Ben, you got to shut those dogs up.
Okay.
I mean, this is, you live in a neighborhood. I mean, Ben has 2 useless dogs, and they'll be useless children eventually. But him and his chick have these 2 dogs, and dogs they practice on, like you practice on dogs. And I look at some people with dogs that can't behave and I'm like, man, their kids are going to suck. Their kids are going to be disrespectful. And I got to be honest with you, it's not a good omen that these dogs are just poorly behaved. And, and I mean, you realize that this is like, you're going to have, you and her, whatever the hell you're doing, you're going to have to get better when you have children, because dogs are this is like a rehearsal for children. And if these dogs were children, they would be like running around, going crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I look at people's dogs and I go, oh, well, you're going to have children, and then these children are going to be a problem, So hopefully you 2 figure it out between now and then. These fucking kids. What interrupt my train of thought? Yeah, no, Louis can be very, very funny and chooses a lot of times to just, get in fights and troll people, but he can actually be very funny. And that's, I don't think people realize. If you need, go get a potato and put a Marlboro Light in its mouth and watch that and then press play on your phone.